So I did an interview with Tasha K in December of last year. I didn't know what this woman was about other than that she was in the mix with, she was in like a back and forth with Cardi B.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Clips out there about you sometimes do show you with a very angry black woman kind of light.
Why would I not be an angry black woman? Why would I not be? Do you understand the world we're in?
I understand it, but I want to spend my life happy, not angry.
But I'm not you. I can't be happy about things that I know are being done like in a deceitful way. And I don't want to encourage people to pretend. So I tell the truth about things, and then people get frustrated that I am dispelling the veneer that they have created to feel safe, and they're not safe.
Very true.
I want to share with you all some of the things that are said about me. I want to share with you all what it's like to be bullied. Okay? Because I don't think anyone can really understand it until they live it. And it is, look at that, I got food in my teeth. I ain't flossed yet. It is truly, it's crazy because, if I wasn't a healed person, I would harm myself. And so I want to show you all the types of things that are said, because I want y'all to understand the power of words and meanness and how prevalent it is, okay? Amanda is a well-compensated contrarian. She is not a true advocate of any community. She has mastered wrapping her own brand of victimhood in pseudo-intellectualism. This is a complete falsehood, right? Oh, Digital Stem Cell, I already unfollowed you because you felt it to be your place to sit in the comments and talk about how you don't like my brand of autism. So you can go fuck your entire self. Actually, let me block you real quick. So I did an interview with Tasha K in December of last year. I didn't know what this woman was about other than that she was in the mix with, she was in like a back and forth with Cardi B. And she was so polite in her requesting for me to come on her show. She was very, because I was kind of like, I don't really want to go on, like a gossip show. And she was like, no, I really want you to come on because I want to just share your wisdom. And so I thought I was going to come on and do an interview where she was asking me questions where I can share my wisdom. But out the gate, she started asking me about this angry black woman shit. And so I kind of just like checked out from that point on. However, her team was lovely. She was lovely. And it wasn't until after when I went to YouTube to look up the interview, because I thought it had posted on YouTube, it ended up being behind a paywall, which is nuts. Nonetheless, that's when I saw all these videos that she had made about me before I did the interview. And to be honest, when she hit me, I was in Grenada. Like, I wasn't even like paying no attention. And I was just like, I just don't want to do a gossip show. And I think it's also like people in here are like, you didn't do your due diligence, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just like, I don't know. I have a hard time. I'm not a judgmental person, so I have a hard time like asking people questions about their life when I don't live their life. Y'all, though, have a very easy time doing that. Y'all are very comfortable doing that. So nonetheless, side note, I didn't say the petition's on my website. I said it was in my stories. So nonetheless, I learned later that she's MAGA, like all this stuff that I was just like, yikes about. Thank you, Adorable Communism. He's out of here. And so I did text her and said, I would not have done the interview. I would not have done the interview if I knew that you had been talking about me this way. I would not have done it. I do regret that. So that's the backstory on that. Nonetheless, the level of meanness that I experience is, I believe, it's like legit unprecedented. I gotta tell you. I don't know that I haven't been in anybody else's shoes, but I gotta tell you, it's like folks are in a competition to just talk about me in the nastiest way. Like, look at this one. It's time to do some deep soul searching when the only platform you can get someone to listen to is Tasha K. And I'm like, where do you all say these, like, how do you all exist in the world with this much anger in you? This is why I've been doing energy work. This is why I've been doing stretching, and this is why I've been doing so much work around like fortifying ourselves and our truths, right? Because we know that the world itself is a lie, and we know that so many folks are carrying forth the toxicity that is in the world. Like, they're perpetuating, right? So then it's also like, we're on this internet. Some of that is just bots. So you don't even know what that is. So it's like, wow. I mean, imagine if I was not a healed person and I see this. Amanda has been spiraling in front of our eyes and she needs her medicine. Y'all, that's like really nasty. And folks sit on this internet, and I know that they're not just saying this about me. I'm sure they've got a whole list of folks that they be talking about. And it's revelatory about how much mendacity there is in our world. Mendacity is a fancy word for lying, because I feel like so many folks are lying to themselves, right? Like, so many folks are living a life that they don't find joy in. They're living a life that they are forced to be in. And so much of that is due to capitalism, right? It's capitalism that has got so many of us in a chokehold, right? That has so many of us unable to actually decolonize, unable to live our truths and our joys. And so folks are finding any way to kind of carry through. And I feel like so many people literally sit on the internet and be mean to other people for their own peace, to try to get their own peace. And then you have like all these these folks, like these influencers, and they are making money off of my name. They are literally living in part off of denigrating me. They keep my name in their mouth. It is it's low-key flattering. However, I really should be getting a percentage of their income at this point, because my coattails are in tatters, honey. My coattails are in tatters with how many are riding them. Yes, with how many are riding them. And you know, I live my life to the best of my abilities, right? Amanda Seales has fallen off. She's desperate for attention and money, and no one of any caliber is dealing with her. I honestly think she's sunken her acting career and everything else. Yo. Do you have any idea? Like, I just want you to put yourself in my shoes for a second and imagine reading that about yourself. People just deserve joy. You know, like, I wish I know we will find a way to dismantle the system that is in place that is mining our energy, right? I know that we will find a way to dismantle the ritualistic occult leaders that are carrying forth this energy, right? The other part of this that's hilarious is that my life is amazing. Anyone who follows me on Patreon knows this. Like anybody on Patreon knows my life. You know, my social media, like I have a social media person that I work with, and she's been really fabulous. She's also my friend, but she asked me recently if I wanted to monetize Instagram, because apparently, like, I've been approved, I guess, like to monetize on Instagram. And I told her no. I said I don't want to monetize Instagram because I already don't even like being... What's up, Free? Hey, my Freeski. I said I already don't like even having to engage on this app. It's just... It's a place where a lot of people have verbalized that they appreciate the work that I'm doing. So I help, but I mean, so it's helpful. However, I will also add that I said no because I don't want to further perpetuate this this app. I don't want to engage in the capitalism of this app, right? In any further way than I already am. If I sign on to monetize on Instagram, I become just as much of a hypocrite as Jay-Z going to Target to put out his album. And that is just simply not something I'm willing to do. I won't denigrate my integrity in that way. And I won't degrade my radicalism in that way. Happy birthday, Siobhan. So I was like, no. And she was like, huh, yeah. A Miracle 72 asks, having read all that, are you doing okay? Yes, I really am. I mean, to be quite honest, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know? And that's like, once you really know that, it is, man, like, once you really know that, you are truly liberated. And it's true. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No, it won't work. You know? I'm here eating my night cheese. Okay? What's up, Arena? I just talked to my man. I'm here with my dogs and my cat. And I think what a lot of people may not understand is that in the levels of enlightenment, you reach a point where your aspirations change. You know what I'm saying? Like, my aspirations once upon a time were to be a successful performer, were to have options where I could just produce different projects and have them on TV and film. And as I, came through awakening after awakening after awakening, those desires were no longer what I knew that would feed me. Thank you, Joe. That's not something that would feed me. Someone asked what happened with you and Boldy James. You must be just trying to get me riled up. Because that's a very effective way to get me riled up. And so at this point in my life, like, for instance, I do a monthly show in Harlem at Comedy in Harlem every second Wednesday of the month. And Comedy in Harlem seats about 80 to 90 people. I used to sell out. I've sold out the Kennedy Center multiple times. I've sold 3,000 tickets at the King's Theater in Brooklyn. And now I'm happy with selling 75 tickets. Thank you. Fuck your turn. It changes, y'all. When you keep growing, your interests change, the things that bring you peace change. It just is what it is. Just Uno. The long and short of it is that I used to date Boldy James. I cared for him when he was down and out. I supported him monetarily. I bailed him out of jail. I paid for hotel rooms when he was homeless, so that him and his son didn't have to sleep in the trap. And I got him clean bread, and he never reimbursed me for the money he agreed to reimburse me for bailing him out. And now he goes on interviews and lies about the way I supported him. And he really actually exemplifies, these men who are leeches, right? These men who see your role as a woman as simply just a resource. They don't feel compelled to in any way what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so tired, I can't even think. But they don't feel compelled to pay you back, to be reciprocal. They see you as literally just somebody. Like, he sees it as, well, Amanda met me when I was down, and so why wouldn't she help me? And now that I'm up, why should I be expected to pay her back? Reciprocate. Ooh, child, Odie buddy, that was tough. I was like, I couldn't get there. but I got there eventually. And so reciprocity, you know, is something that I really love being able to do. And I also think it's funny when people say like Amanda doesn't have like support in the industry, et cetera, because I have been working since I was 8 years old. Do you think I've been around this long as a fluke? Do y'all think it's a fluke? Because, baby, I'm covered. I am covered and highly favored. And, you know, I've got 30-year friendships. So, you know, people say things to me like, oh, you know, you need to learn how to talk to people. And I always, at this point, I just take that and I'm just like, because someone saying that to somebody doesn't know how to talk to people. So I've had to learn how to not take that personal and just say, you know, I receive that. Because I know that I am constantly working on better ways to communicate my ideas, to communicate my frustrations, to communicate my support, et cetera, et cetera. Like, that's a constant effort. That's a lifelong effort. Iman, that was the conversation I had today. So yes, I just wanted to show you all, like, look at the type of thing. Okay. Someone sat down and wrote this. Someone I've never met sat down and wrote this. She is an only child that was doted on. She has a vast intellectual capacity. She lacks social cues and arrested socialization skills. She is an overstimulated child that never learned to channel her energy and emotions. That's why she requires a lot of attention and patience. She was kept busy and ignored by the adults who raised her. That's all. She'll soon find a solution because her rock bottom is coming. Kinda hard to watch. I want y'all to know, this is the same internet that said that I could not self-diagnose my autism. However, they can diagnose me to hell. So I'm just trying to show y'all, because I am the creative juice said, is it crack? And I'm like, yo. And so, because I know that some of y'all will see me talking about shit and you're like, it can't be as bad as she says it is. Right? Like, I know people hear the repetitive stories of like fuck shit happening to me and they're like, it can't be real. And it's real. It's real. I mean, it is real. People went on a rampage because I didn't drag Cheyenne Bryant to hell. Me not dragging her to hell became, you support her. Even though I said unequivocally that what she did was fucked up, and I don't know why she would do that. And now she's like taking it to another level, which I don't know why she's doing that. But that's her journey to take. So someone here said, they won't evaluate me for the spectrum no matter how many times I ask. Correct. You know, instead of chasing, like, let me just also say, I will never I will never, ever publicly state whether or not I got a medical diagnosis. Never. Never. That being said, I have paid for others to get medical diagnoses. Children who have gotten the support medically, like who were not getting the support they needed through school. And there's so many hoops that they make Black children jump through to get an autism diagnosis. So, yeah, I just wanted to share with you all because I was trying to go to bed and then it came across my page and I was like, what is this? And then I saw these comments and I was like, this is insanity. Amanda is so problematic. She refuses not to be. What kills me is it's cool to be autistic now, but if you have a diagnosis or know someone with it is not cool. I don't understand that. I think stigma is just stigma. Have I ever sponsored an unknown comedian? No, I have never been in a financial place to sponsor an adult. No. So yeah, that's what they do. Like even Tasha K, like I did this interview back in December and she is posting it now because I'm trending. People's issue with me is really that I will say a thing that offends them because it might be just too blunt. Folks also have their own, everyone has like our own triggers, right? We have our own insecurities, et cetera, et cetera. And, if I hit on that, then I become the bad guy. Even if I apologize. So, and then I gotta just wish them well. And say, I don't know what to tell you. It's for all of my unique individuals out here, all of my truth tellers, it's a tough road to stand in, but I gotta tell you, I'm really proud of myself for learning how to stand in it, and for also understanding that the only way to remain in it is to stand in it. Like you can't vacillate. You have to commit. You have to commit to that reality, to the fact that like you may not find a partner that can adjust to meet you at your uniqueness. You might not have a big friend group. You will be consistently misunderstood. And you don't have to be obtuse, right? You don't have to be obtuse. I know something that frustrates people with me is like, I ask a lot of questions. I need to understand something, and that makes them think that I am like stalling, or that I'm trying to just like give them the runaround, or it's an unfortunate dynamic, but that's really like a lot of times the people who are just getting to know me, like they can't understand what that's about, and so they attribute it to something negative, because honestly, so much of the world is negative. If someone says that I did something wrong, well, I don't do shady shit. So I'm not just gonna like, if I don't understand what I did wrong, I am going to ask questions and be really, I'm going to dig in to really grasp, like, what did I do wrong? Also, because I want to be able to address the things correctly. And I gotta tell you, that pisses people off. That pisses people off. So just know that when you see people talking crazy about me, you don't got to comment or anything. I ask that when you see people, every time you see a shitty comment about me, I ask that you take a moment to lift up a prayer or a word of favor to cover the oppressed people of this world. I am not in a place of oppression in the way that so many others are. And so when you see somebody shitting on me, take a moment to just raise up a vibration, a high vibration, an energy an energy shift. Raise up love. Whenever you see somebody shitting on me, raise up love for those in this world who are oppressed. That is what I ask of you. You don't got to comment. Don't feel like you got to engage. Because to be quite honest, at this point, like, any engagement just helps feed the beast. So instead, disengage and lift love up. Because that's the only thing that's going to save us, to be quite honest. I'm wearing my Tell Your Dog I Said Hi shirt. Shout out to We Rate Dogs. So I'm gonna go floss because we floss every night. And Ramona, I haven't done stand-up in like 2 years. I don't do a stand-up show at Comedy in Harlem. Thank you, Black Amanda. I like the spelling of your name. Thank you, Ellen. Okay. I know that's right. You went to that dentist. Yes, plaque is dangerous. Plaque on your teeth is reflective of plaque on your arteries, plaque on in your brain, etc. Hey, Fatima. So I'm about to check out, and so let's do a test. Not a test. Let's do a practice run. Okay. Hold on. Let's do a practice run. Amanda could never be trusted. I find it interesting the amount of times she been left off things. The tribute to The Real, The Insecure Thing, BET, and the NAACP Awards. People be wanting to protect their peace because she brings too much chaos. So now, in response to this, I want us to take a moment and lift up love to the oppressed people of this world. May the powers that be that have created the systems of repression and suppression continue to collapse into dust before our eyes. And in their wake, may there be liberation for all held beneath their wickedness. So anytime you see some fuckery about me, take a moment to lift up love. Okay? We are not simply in a physical war. We are in a spiritual war. We got to get right. We got to be in practice. Okay? So, I want y'all to have a good night's sleep. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Floss, please. Okay? And for all of us who are called aggressive, who are told we don't know how to talk to people, who are disparaged, yeah, we might be aggressive. And like, who knows how to talk to people? Everybody's fucking traumatized. Everybody's fucking traumatized. So, you know, just try your best. Try your best. And anybody who's not showing up, anybody who sees you trying your best and don't respect you trying their best, leave them in the dust. Okay? Okay. Good night. Shout out to the SEAL Squad members in here. We got folks that are members of my Patreon in here. And I will be in Harlem second Wednesday of the month. Every second Wednesday of the month, I'm in Harlem at Comedy in Harlem. So you can get your tickets. Bye.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.